everyone, it's Shannon from StampendouslyShannon. I'm just coming today to do a cute little tutorial on how to use the Snowfall Accent Puff Paint. Now this is actually retired, but I thought this was a super fun idea. So if you have some left over of the Snowfall Accent Puff Paints, this is an idea of something that you could do with it. Or maybe you have something else that would work kind of similarly. So I bought these houses at Target. And I think they were maybe $3 for all three of them. But they're just little wooden houses, right? They're kind of plain. They're just, they've got like the wood grain on them. What I did was I used that Snowfall Accents paint to create this little wintry house. And the other thing that I thought you could do is Michael's or a lot of other places will have wreaths, like little, like the bottle brush wreaths. And you could put a little bottle brush wreath here and use it as a Christmas decoration. You can also use some stamps and make a wreath out of the die cuts of this or the stamped images. Put that little wreath right there as well. But I just thought this was a really fun idea, so I thought I would show you just how I did it, really. And it just takes just a couple of minutes. So the two things that you're going to need this Snowfall Accents Puff Paint, and you're going to need your heat tool. So let's just go ahead and get started. So it goes on really liquidy. And the first thing you're going to do actually is to shake it up. So you're just going to shake it up. Make sure, I usually go until I can't hear as much liquid moving around. And then you're just going to kind of put it on wherever you see fit. So how I did this one was I just went along the top. And you can see, again, it comes out really liquidy. And I just moved kind of up and down because I figured that's kind of how snow falls, right? And then I moved a little bit of the liquid down. And then we're going to do the other side. Now this is different than regular puff paint, right? So if you did get this in the last mini catalog, in the holiday mini catalog, I didn't really use it very much throughout that mini catalog season. So I'm happy to have a fun little use for it now. But if you did get this, it's great for cards, it's great for all sorts of things, but it's also great for doing like little projects, but it is different than puff paint. So puff paint you're just going to put on and it's going to puff up right away. I'm going to do some on the window ledges too. And then maybe we can make this one drip down a little more. And if you have bubbles, you can just kind of tap them out. Another thing you can do is kind of shake it forward a little bit. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of a little snow bank here at the bottom of our house. So again, different than puff paint, because puff paint you're just going to put on and it's going to immediately puff up as it dries. This is a little bit different. So what you're going to do now that we have this all, all of the liquid put on, all the paint put on, we are just going to take our heat tool and we are just going to heat it up. So I'm using it on the highest setting and you'll see it start to kind of move around. And I'm going to go ahead and pause it for a second and then pick it up so you can maybe see it a little bit better on the screen. Be careful not to burn yourself, of course, but you're just going to go over it and you'll see it kind of start to pucker. Like it looks like glue is dried and only part of it is dried, so it gets like this little, kind of like a film over the top of it. It gets really shiny, and then eventually, there we go, it starts to bubble up. You can see underneath the windows there. And it just turns to this super fun little icicle kind of look. So we'll do this one together, and then I'll show you on the other one that I've already done, I'll show you kind of how it feels. So it is, you can touch it. Remember to be a little Careful not to burn yourself. These little tiny lines, the thinner you go, the less time it takes. Ooh, burn myself. And then we just got to do the top. This one's going right away, because again, the thinner the line is, the less time it's going to take to bubble up. And I put this on, especially at the top, a little bit thicker, because I wanted a thicker layer of snow. The thicker you do it, though, the puffier, in theory, it'll be, right? If you don't use your heat tool, it will just dry like white. Just like it went on. It will eventually dry, and it will just look flat and white and matte. But using your heat tool really makes it come to life, and it just looks so fun. Isn't that fun? Let's watch. So you can see that film started there, and then it just kind of grows. It's pretty magical, I think. Very fun. It's a great little snow texture, and there we have it. So these are our, now when I first did this, you can go back over it. So if you notice like, oh, that there's, you know, some spots like right here, maybe that there's still a little bit of like liquid in that spot. So let's go ahead and just hit it again. And again, I'm using it on the highest heat setting, and now it's no longer shiny, so I know that it's got everything. And then when you're done, you can see it, you can totally touch it. It just leaves this really upraised little bumpy edge. And it's just really cute. You can go back over it. So for instance, right here, it's a little bit sparse. So we can put a little bit more on there. All right, let's get that little dot there too. And then we can go over it again with our heat tool. And let's, you know what, while we're here, let's go ahead and just do this one up here too. This is a really fast tutorial. Again, this is like a really simple, easy little project, but it's a lot of fun. And it's something that you can use for, you could use this on picture frames. You could use this on, let's see, well, obviously on cards, that's what it was made for, but you could use it on picture frames. You could use it on cards. You could use it on, I mean, you could theoretically, I guess, use it on scrapbooking. You can use it on little home decor items like this. And it is meant to look like snow, but gosh, I think you could use this for so many different things. It's really fun. So if you have this already, this is a great way to use it up if you're looking to get it out of your stash, but also a really fun way to incorporate these techniques in your house, right? So there's no way I don't think that I could ever use that entire bottle on cards. Maybe, but probably not. But I could definitely use it around the house like this, and I think these kinds of little fun home projects like this are really interesting to me, and these are the kinds of crafts I really do love to do. I love to make cards, do not get me wrong, but I really, really do love doing these little home crafts. You do want to avoid going over it too much because it will start to burn a little bit. So if you're doing 2 layers, you want to make sure that you're trying to hit it just in the spot that you want it and not all around. Let's see, sometimes it takes just a little bit of time, but once it starts going, it really starts going. There we go. And let's do these over here. And you can see on the other side, the side that I'm not heat drying right now, you can see it's got a little brown because we went a little too much over that section, and that's okay with me, I think. So just be cognizant of that you can overdo it. And we'll go up here too. That one went really fast. It was, I think, a thinner layer. But this is just really fun, right? So, of course, you could do this with regular puff paint, but how much funner to use it in such a fun way. So there we go. So there are our little houses. And you can see the difference here. So you can see it got a little too brown up here on the top, and I'm okay with that. You could, of course, put a little extra on the top of that and then go over it again if you really wanted to. But they're cute little houses. And how cute would it be to put a little wreath here or even a little bird standing on the top of it? You can also paint the sides. So you can paint the top white too, so it looks like the whole roof is white. The way that I have them stand up, you really only see the front side anyway, so it works for me. So now I'm gonna do this one too, off the camera, but I hope that you enjoyed this little technique, and I hope that you'll find a use for your Snowfall Accents Puff Paint that you may have left over from your holiday crafting. See you next time.